I was born in Kalgoorlie, grew up there, spent all my life there. My grandfather and my father, we all were, custodians of our area, caretakers of our country, and it's just been a natural passion of mine since, as far as I can remember. And a lot of people kept coming and asking me, hey, can you take me to the bush? Can you show me these spots? And it's like, I'd love to share my country, but sometimes I just don't have the time. So I thought, no, there's got to be something that we can do. And I knew all the country, I knew all the stories, so I thought I'll build that out for people to want to go out and see country, because I love to share. I love to share our culture, show the unique and beautifulness of it. Because around in our area, there's been a bit of a negative feeling on towards Aboriginal people, and I've felt a bit hurt by it. So for me to do this app is a way of overcoming those negatives and showing the truth of what our people are really about.
So I come from a community, had older cousins, and I think the cards were already laid out for us by the community that, that our family were no good, especially being an Aboriginal family. And so I was terrible, I didn't care. I didn't even finish year 9, and that kind of went on until I had Ty. Ty was about 2 years old, and I decided that I was going to go to uni because I wanted to give him a better life than what I had. So yeah, single mum, went to uni, and that's where I met my mentor, and he taught me, everything. He taught me everything: values, respect, honesty, resilience, everything. And oh God, I miss him. I think that a lot of the issues with young ones today is there is a lack of mentors within their homes. I'm starting to connect young boys with mental health, with mentors of matched personality, interest and goals. And it's so important, like the outcomes I'm having within 6 months is just mind-blowing. It really is powerful just to have that person to take the time out as a kid to make you feel like you're valued, and also be that role model. If they can do it, then I can do it, to teach you resilience.
So my cultural background is Aboriginal, African American, Malay, Mauritian and Spanish. Growing up, I wanted to be a supermodel, as you do, and I just came across a lot of barriers. It was a very hard journey to break into the industry as a woman of colour, and because the fashion industry is primarily framed around a Eurocentric ideal of beauty, I didn't fit in. And it left me feeling isolated and not beautiful. I think the biggest challenges about lack of representation for children is that they look to the dominant to find themselves. It's like growing up, I wanted to have different coloured eyes because I thought that was the epitome of beauty. And I bleached my hair, because I thought Marilyn Monroe was gorgeous. And if I could be close proximity to whiteness, then I'm on my way. When I look back at pictures of myself, I just think, wow, like what was I consuming as far as media or content? And that inspired me years later to create a media platform that would represent women of colour, because I want to solve the problem of inclusion, the lack of inclusion.
I think, entrepreneurship or economic development is a way out for our people. With the breed of entrepreneurs, Indigenous entrepreneurs coming through, there's going to be a real change. And one of the things that I want to see is Aboriginal people buying back our land. The land was technically stolen, a couple of 100 years ago, and we have all these other processes in place. But what better story to say that we went through all these struggles, we mastered our own destiny and created all these businesses and entrepreneurship, and we actually buy our own land back. What a story to tell to the next generation of how strong and resilient Indigenous people can be.
growing up in a white family, I was actually not aware of what Aboriginal culture was, and it was something that was a yearning and stirring inside of me that I didn't understand. So to walk on my own country and have that connection for the first time in my life was incredibly powerful and life-changing for me. I'm proud to be an Aboriginal person and to be born an Aboriginal person, because I now know what my purpose in life is and where I fit in the world. It means to me being a leader and helping educate and spread awareness of looking after country, looking after community, looking after self, and the balance that it brings to you, and how it actually helps to build resilience. And we are resilient, and it comes from that connection of land, because you look after country, country looks after you. I've got a 24-year career in housing, but I've also been homeless 3 times. And when I went back and connected with country, it came blatantly clear to me that I have the power to help educate people and help lead them from homelessness into home ownership, because I can understand the struggles, I can understand the traumatic depth of not belonging. I think that that's why I became an entrepreneur, in order to help people find their own self through the journey and pathway from homelessness to home ownership.
Like I said, I've never taken chances, I've never taken leaps. My son was born with a life-threatening condition, that's why I became a nurse. And a couple of years ago he said, I'm 23, Mum, I've got this.
You're not starting by yourself. You've got all this experience to draw on. It's fantastic.
Support and guidance. Yeah.
Kind of forced myself up that hill, and yeah, just a big achievement.
That mountain's just amazing.
Boot camp makes you think about your life, your business, and where you want to go.
And I was like, I need to not be so in your head and more here in the moment.
The content here you learn, it just puts you in a whole new dimension.
When we step in authentically, even when we're terrified, it gives other people permission to show up for themselves more. And then there's a ripple effect for families, for society, for community.